Hi friends, this is Manish Pandey. Welcome back to my UiPath Forms tutorial series. In the previous video, you learned how to pass data to UiPath Forms from data service and update entity records. If you haven't watched that video yet, I recommend you to watch previous videos from playlist. I will share the link in the description. In this video, we will focus on exploring basic components in UiPath Forms. We will go through each components, demonstrate its use, and explore its key features. So let's get started. To show you demo, I have created this basic component walkthrough form. This is empty. If you click on components, you can see here components is divided into four parts, four sections: basic, advanced, layout, and data. So in this video, we will go through basic components. Basic components are more commonly used the traditional waveforms, and I think you all are already familiar with these components. So let's go through one by one. Text fill. Let's drag and drop here. Text fill is used to enter the short text. For example, you can enter employee name, customer name, etc. From the label, you need to change that. So let's say I'm saying like employee name. Okay, and you can see the preview. Here we have option label position. If it is set to top, label will show on the top. Once we'll set it to left, the label will set to the left, and then text box will set to right. We have the option to set the width of the label, margin, and then placeholder. Placeholder basically I can say here enter employee name, and that will show here inside this text field. We have description. You can enter here description, enter employee name, and that will show below. That is the just description that helps users to identify the text. So you can put some more details on that. Tooltip. Tooltip is like this. If you click on this, so this is the tooltip. So you can make it a tooltip for that. Prefix and suffix. If you want to add some details, if you want to add something in the prefix, you can do it. So it will show here. Let's say prefix I want to type A and suffix B. So you can see here there's a text box, left side the prefix A and the right side it will be. You can say A and B. So you can design this text fill in this way. Let's remove it. Currently this is not required. Input mask. Input mask. So we have three things here. To type numeric, you can put there 9 in the input mask. If you want users only enter alphabetical, you can put A, and then you can also fix this, the size. We can say how many characters. uh, Alphanumeric, so you can put star. So let's say I want user to enter only 10 characters, so I can say only alphabetic. Name should be only alphabets. So A, like that. And you can see here, right? So you will not able to enter more than that, which is showing here. And you cannot enter any digit here. But if we'll add here, let's say you are saying like first three characters should be alphabetics, and then after that we should have either number or digit, number or alphabets. So you can put here alphanumeric or like a star. So a star will be for alphanumeric. So here you can see after a 4 times A, and then you can enter here 3 times A and then 1 star, means here at the fourth characters you can enter anything. So A, or you can put here 1, any value. So this is for input mask. Same way for display mask. Hide labels. Do you want to hide the labels? Do you want to show the word counters? If you have seen some website, whenever you enter some characters or word, you will see the word counts or character counts, right? So you can also do it there by clicking on that. So character count, show count. Disable, if you want to disable this so that user cannot enter any value, you can disable it. Let's uncheck, remove these. Now let's set the label width here. So I'm saying like label width should be 15% of this, like you can see the preview, and this should be 2% of label margin. It's like this, click save. So it looks like this. Okay, so this is for text field. Now next one is text area. Let's drag and drop text area. Text area is used for longer text input. I mean for lengthy text such as comments, address, descriptions, etc. You can also take it for collecting the feedback or notes from users. You can say it like employee address, set the label position, left side, set it like 15, 2%, 1%, label margin. Same way we have placeholders, descriptions, we have rows. Now here in the rows, you can enter the row and then you can resize this text area. So let's say I want to put here 5. So now you can see the text area. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 rows you can enter here. If you'll set it here 3, so it will be 3. Like display, you will see 3, but you can enter multiple here. You can also resize it from here. You can see. Okay, tooltip, other details are same. Okay, now let's save this. Next, number. Let's drag and drop here. Number component is used to capture the numeric values. Here you can enter the numbers like invoice amount, quantity. I want to enter employee number. So I can say employee ID. You can set it the label position. This is again 2%, 15% of label width. It looks like this, employee ID. And then you can also set this things. Now here in the data, there is one more feature that we have, use 1000 separators. So let's say if you're going to enter some price and for 1000 separators, do you want to put some comma? So it will, you can do it like that. So let's say you're going to put here 1000, 10,000. So comma will be used here. So for employee ID, I don't want to use this separator. I can remove this. Okay. We have decimal places as well. You can enter decimal places 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. If you still want the required decimal, you can check this checkbox. Now let's save it. We have password. This component is used for secure text input where characters are masked. You will see that bullet point or like you will see a dot or asterisk, and this is used to input the password or any secure or sensitive information. This can be employee password. You can again set this as well, 2% level margin. Save this. Now next one is checkbox. So let's drag and drop here. This checkbox is used to input boolean values like let's say true or false, yes or no. So only one checkbox is allowed for one component. So if you check this, it says that yes, you check that. If you uncheck this, it says that this is unchecked. It's like yes, no, this is required, not required, like that. You agree, not agree, right? Agree, disagree. For the that type of term, some condition you can use this. So I say, are you 18 plus? I can ask like this. So if you select yes, so yes, right? Set the label width 2%. Save this. Let's drag and drop select box. Select box is similar to the check boxes, but it allows users to choose multiple values from a list. And this can be used to select multiple departments, category, like that. So let's say we have select boxes. I'm going to say that what is your, for employee, what is your department? Okay, so now in the department I can take multiple checkboxes here. Let's take this left, set it 15, set it 2%, margin, go to data, we have value. So in the value, let me hide this first, and you can see here we can add the label and values. So I'm going to say that for employee department this is HR, okay, and the value is HR, but this label will show here. Second, I want to add as a finance. Third, I can say IT department, tax department, right? So we can add multiple departments here, and you can choose multiple as well. Let's save it. Now let's take label header. Let's drag and drop this to the on top. This component is used to add static text or heading to your form. Like you can add form titles, like this is for employee forms, employee details form, or feedback form, something like that you can add here. So let's say I'm going to take it as a header. So I will say header and is medium, size is label size is medium. You can set it. So this is for header. It's like a, if you know about the HTML, then we have tag h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6 like that. So and in the content you can write here employee details. So this is showing in the header. Now let's save it. So this is showing on the top. Now you can also take this as a label only. And now here I can say this is just a label. I can say, okay, and you can see this is label. Next one is drop down list. Drop down list is used to provide users with a list of predefined options which user can choose or select from the drop down. You can see it here. We have drop down. For example, this can be used to select country, state, etc. So I can make it for employee country. I can say here country. You can select left 15%, 2%, same as that. We are following the same, and go to data, and here you can see we have label and value. Now whatever values you will write here in the in the label, that will show in this country list. So I can say here India, so you can add multiple here. Now you can see the preview. We have option to choose it from here. You can also select the default value. So let's say I can mention here like 1. Let's put it here. Select, I can say select country. Let's select here. Okay, so this is the default value which will show always here. If you are not passing anything, that will show here. You have to choose it from there, right? Now let's save this, and you can see here we have the list. Now next is radio button. Radio button is used to allow a single selection from the multiple options. We can use this radio button to show gender, like male, female, others. This is for gender. I can take it left 15, 2%, and then from data we can add multiple here. So I'm saying that male, female, add another. This is for others. Radio button created for the gender with 3 options: male, female, and others. Let's save this. Now you can see here. Now we have button. So let's take this button. This button is used for submitting the form, resetting the forms, or any event basis. For example, I can take this for submit buttons, and submit button used to process the user input. So it will enter these details, save these details. So you can take submit, or you can change the name. You can also take another button for reset. So let's take submit button first. You can also change the event for submit, event, custom, reset. You can take the button event. When button is clicked, so which event should be fired. You can also show the validations. You can also choose the theme of this button. So currently the theme is like showing in the blue color, that is primary. If you select secondary, so color is changed. That info, so this is for info. Success showing in the green color, danger in red color, warning. So we have multiple things, right? So for submit or for save, I can say to save this, so I can take it success. And if you want to change that, so I can say save this or submit this, right? Now we have block button. So block button is used to stretch the button to the full width. Once you select that, you can see here showing in the full width, right? So uncheck this. Sometime we need to design in this way, but currently not. For this employee details form, this is not required. So I will go with the block button unchecked. We have left icon, right icon. So if you want to add some icon in this button before this label, before this text, or right after this text, you can add this. So icons will be like enter icon class, means if you'll click on this tooltip, you can see fa plus, fa space fa hyphen plus, fa plus. And now you can see here the plus button, plus icon is showing here. Now if you'll take this in the right icon, you'll see it's showing in the right icon, which shows that this is going to add the details to the database. Now if you'll say fa minus, so icon will show like this. It means you are going to delete some. So this is for delete purpose. So I will just say plus, and I will take it in the first one, right? Okay, let's save it. This is for submit. Now let's take this button one more time, and this time I'm going to take it for reset button, but we have to choose the action. So action should be also for reset. Okay, this will reset that form. Now from this theme, I can select either warning or danger. So this is for reset. And size, I can take it as per my requirement. If I set large, say medium, you can set the icon class also. Now save this. Let's take this here. Okay, this is for submit, this is for reset. So we have covered here each and every components. Now if you want to modify the components details, then you can mouse over on that specific component and click on these details. So let's say edit, and then you can edit this form here. If you click on this edit JSON, you can also modify this by going to the JSON. You can modify this. You can also take the full schema. You can see it from here. Now let's save that, and now let's go to the main and then select that form in the show form activity, basic components. Now let's run this. Good. Just we need to change the height and width of this form. Okay, there are multiple details, that's why like we have to scroll down and to see other details. So you can enter the details from here. You can see this is for employee details. This is the label, text field, address, employee ID, number, and then password, checkbox, select box, drop down, radio button, button, right? You can enter the details, let's say. So currently nothing is happening. I'm going to close that. And if you want to submit that, so one thing you need to modify here. Let's click on that, edit. And from here, from the action, you need to select submit. Now let's save this. Let's run this again. Let's enter some detail here. Let's say I'm saying one is Pandey, address, then employee ID. And one more thing, if I need to reset that, so if I click on reset, you can see this form will be cleared, right? So this is working same as the reset button. Let's enter these details and then click submit. Okay, and it's done. It worked, right? But we do not have any steps to get those details from that form and then show you. Now, one task I'm giving you, what you can do, we have created this, we have designed this form. Now, you need to take these details from here and then write the data to the data service. If you don't know how to do all these things, then you can go through my previous videos. There are all these things I have already explained, how to get the records from this form and then how to add, how to create the records in the entity. And let me know in the comments, or like while performing this, if you're getting any issue, let me know. I will help you there. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.